Alright, I thought I would give you a little update on Scoper's Garage because the new garage space has kicked off, I guess you can say. It's been a long process. We had an architect design the garage because we're also doing a patio with a kitchen area, and so lots of considerations to make, but the contractor came today and mapped out the garage space, and this is what it will be like. So this is obviously currently our yard in the back. A lot of slope will need to be taken away, but the dimensions are 18 feet wide and 36 feet long, figuring I can get two of my smaller sports cars nose to tail in here. Of course, I may move my lift over into this one, or maybe I'll splurge and get a second one. I don't know yet. But I think it'll be a good usable space with a car in the center and space on either side for bench work. I'm dreaming of getting a press so I can start doing my own bearings. It's always a drag having to take a part all the way into town and wait for them to press out a bearing or bushing and bring it back. So that's one thing I hope to obtain once I get this built, and then also a real compressor of some sort. I don't know what I'm going to do in that front exactly, but I think a air compressor would be very useful in a number of ways, and I'm just not crazy about the space and the noise they make. So if you guys have ideas on how to deal with an air compressor in a garage, please send me a reply. Thanks. Welcome back to Scoper's Garage. It is mid-July, and just a quick review. This is the space roughly planned for the new garage. If you can see down here on the ground are these red marks which indicate utility lines coming into the house. So they transect the corner of the planned area for the garage. So I'm thinking the garage will need to move, and that's why the stand is setting there about where I think the new corner of the garage will be. But we're going to find out tomorrow morning. And we are also in the midst of getting a garage and patio built. So you can see an outline of where the garage will be, although it's going to be moved higher up the hill, it looks like. Maybe closer to where that stake maybe isn't above that stake. We just want to make sure we don't harm this beautiful big tree. The landscaper guy said it was a swamp oak, which seems kind of strange to be here in the mid-Atlantic at about 800 feet elevation. There's no swamp nearby, but be that as it may, it's a healthy tree. We want to make sure we keep it, so we don't want to impinge on it too much. Yeah, so when they got here ready to dig, we kind of realized that it was too close to the existing house and we wanted to move it further up that hill. So they've got some equipment here, but they haven't really started digging because we needed to double check the design of the back wall would be strong enough to support the higher level of dirt that will be behind it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Scoper's Garage. Today is a big day here. Today is August 10th, 2023, and I'm here to show you that ground has finally been broken for the new garage. So this is my 2003 BMW sitting right here waiting for the new home. Thought they would do more, honestly, on the first day, but it is what it is. I just went through and trimmed all the roots off because I want to preserve as many of these beautiful trees that border our backyard as I can. They thought this pine tree was going to have to go, but it looks like it might be able to stay. So I'm also a little befuddled how they were digging with this type of a shovel because we gave them clear instructions to go down when they dug and not up. And I don't see how they could go down with that shovel very well, but I will find that out tomorrow. Anyway, there's the dirt. I also don't understand why the dirt is here. I have a neighbor who said he would take all the dirt that we would have. He wants to, anyway, it doesn't matter. He would take the dirt, and so, but the dirt's sitting here. So plenty of questions for the contractor tomorrow, but very big day, very excited that it has finally started. Now we'll sign off and add this to the progress report. Okay, things are moving pretty quickly here at Scober's Garage. This is the ridiculously large pit for stormwater management to manage the water from the patio and the garage, and I just heard the cement truck, so I thought I'd come and get a quick clip of that. They are moving along pretty quickly. You can see they've got the footers dug, and there comes the cement. Hot diggity dog. So it's coming. Coming along. More dirt. They took away probably three times this much dirt already, and now they got a lot more. I didn't really appreciate how much digging there would be going on, and then of course all that from the pit. Seems like it's pretty clean dirt, so somebody's going to be happy when they get that. And this dirt's not bad. They did hit a bunch of rock way down low in the corner back where that board is. But anyway, I think that'll do it for today. So this is part of the crazy expense of dealing with rainwater coming off of the new garage and patio. There's all that rock out there. It has to be transported around the back of the house, basically.
Say goodbye, Henry.
I appreciate them not coming across the front of the house, of course.
Say goodbye, Henry.
All this piping here has to be arrayed inside this pit that's like 45 by 15 and at least 4 feet deep. Just a ridiculous amount of effort and money. And then look, where would the rainwater go? It will go out into a cornfield, and if you can see that house right down there, there's a stream another 100 yards beyond it. So the water would have to flow all the way down, well, what is now a paved road. Anyway, quarter mile or more to a stream. Nothing would be left, but it's just nuts. Obviously they're going to have to cut these green pipes down quite a bit at some point, but it's been 2 hours or 3 hours now, and I see they got a lot of ways to go. They're also really tearing up the yard, but that's just the way it is. Price of progress. Well, apparently the inspector couldn't be bothered to come out on a Friday. A beautiful Friday, but a Friday in August nonetheless, and so this is where the pit project ends up. Those two pipes sticking up, the white ones, will be from the rain spouts, and they'll get cut off, and I guess a U-angle thing put in there. These big green ones, of course, will be cut off once they get everything in set. You can see the pipes down below that feed in, and then the big white pipe is perforated all along, so the water goes down there and then comes out. And I'm guessing, I don't know, I should have asked, but I'll find out. I'm guessing these green pipes may be cut off flush with the ground, so in case this fills up, the water can come out of there. But we'll see. Henry the dirt dog has all this green property he could lay on, or the sidewalk, or the porch. And what does he pick? He picks the dry, dusty dirt to lay in, which means I can't bring him in for a while. Alright, well, welcome back to Scober's Garage. This is the stupid money pit of my garage project. What you see here is a 45 by 15 foot long and wide and about 6 feet deep hole that they filled with rocks and some pipes, so that all the water that comes out of the rain spout from the house drains from the patio and comes off the roof of the garage, which is around the corner here, and that big hole goes into that pit. So I'd be embarrassed to tell you how much money that cost. But it will be good that we don't have any water issues, hopefully. We have had water in the past collect right in here when it rained hard, and we'd had the rain spouts pipe out over here somewhere for one of them, which is now no longer functional, and the other one was piping out somewhere where the pit is now. So anyway, I'm not very happy that these stupid valves have to stick up here. I wonder if I can't get rid of at least one of them when all is said and done. Just cut it off below ground. Tell me what you think of that idea. Welcome back to Scoper's Garage. I've been a little delinquent in clipping some of these videos. So where to start? This is the garage. This back wall, as you can see, has got a big wall of dirt behind it. Originally it was all going to be over here roughly, and the wife felt it was going to be too close to the existing garage, so we had them move it farther into the hill, which made the wall, well, the dirt part of the wall a lot higher. But the good part was they found a lot of hard pack in their rock, basically, and so well, the footer here was supposed to be a cantilevered design, so it was supposed to go back that way 4 feet, and then the wall would be 1 or 2 feet in, so there'd be a couple feet sticking out into the hillside. But as it turns out, I think that probably wasn't possible, or ill-advised, because they would have had to cut more of the hill away. This is what they told me. Cut another 6 foot of the hill away to add those 2 more feet, and then backfill all of that with loose dirt, which would have been more prone to settle and cause problems with the future block wall. So instead of making the footer wider, they made it higher for me, and they put, I think they called them bridges. They're basically rebars that they cut and set 4 inches into the original footer, and then crossed them over with wire ties and made a thing over the top so that the new footer is attached to the old footer that way. The old footer had a step back there, and now it's all the same height. And I hope that's all going to be okay, because I'm going to be putting cars in there. I think it will be, considering how tight this this dug area is. Anyway, wanted to give an update and catch all this while I could. I thought they had just had a brain freeze because this is 4 foot wide or more, and they had put the 4 foot on the wrong wall, but they just decided, I think on their own, that because of the hard pack they didn't have to do the cantilever design, and they really should have talked to me about that beforehand, and that caused some consternation on our part. So I think I showed this before, but this is where they're going to cut through to the house for the plumbing and electric. There'll be a bathroom right in here. Yeah, so I think that pretty much wraps it up. The dirt pile's a lot smaller back here. So hopefully they're going to decide they have reason to seed over the pit over there. Oh yeah, and at some point, I don't know if I can do it before final inspections or whatever, but these stupid little green pipes sticking up, they're actually pretty large pipes. But anyway, I'm going to cut them off so they're even with the grade. these two white pipes sticking up will be cut and plumbed into the water coming off of the patio and the garage. And this rain spout here as well. Alright, today August 28th, getting a delivery of all the materials, it looks like, to do the blocking for the walls. Includes a bunch of 12s for the back wall, and then a bunch of 8s for the rest of the walls. It's rebar, you can see that sitting up on top on the truck yet. And mortar to make up. And I thought there was something else. Maybe that's it. Anyway, it's fun stuff.
So as you can see, progress on the garage project is moving much more quickly in the last week or so. So we're going to stop this video at this point and look for the next video in about a week or so. Say goodbye, Henry.